Hello and welcome to Business Digest. My name is Diana Iriza and I am your host for today. It is the first week of November and I have a variety of business stories to share with you. For instance, the launch of Alibaba. What kind of significant changes will it be making to the business world of Rwanda? We'll be discussing more on this, so do stick with us and don't go anywhere. Now, as we all know, Alibaba was officially launched here in Kigali. In our next story, we're going to be having an overview on everything it has to offer to the country. You're still watching Business Digest. The government of Rwanda and Alibaba Group have established the first electronic world trade platform in Africa. The electronic world trade platform will strengthen Rwanda's economy by promoting trade and tourism between Rwanda and Chinese consumers. Rwanda is the first electronic world trade platform partner in Africa. The partnership between Rwanda and Alibaba Group will enable Rwandans in various ways, like helping SMEs to sell their products, providing capacity building to empower the growth of Rwanda's digital economy. The launch was held at the Kigali Convention Center and attended by President Paul Kagame and the founder of Alibaba Group, Jack Ma. Jack Ma told participants why he chose Rwanda while there's so many countries in Africa. He said it is because the country is willing to embrace change and its example should be emulated by other African countries. Under the Electronic World Trade Platform Agreement, Alibaba Group will work with the Rwanda Development Board (RDB) to help Rwandan SMEs sell their products, including coffee and handicrafts, to Chinese consumers through Alibaba's online marketplaces. Alibaba Group Travel Services Platform, Fligi, and RDB will also work together to promote Rwanda as a tourist destination through a Rwanda tourism store for booking flights, hotels, and travel experiences. Alibaba Group is also committed to providing capacity building to academics, policymakers, and entrepreneurs on how to grow a digital economy.
I am delighted to welcome you to this momentous occasion. We are here to witness the launch of the first ever electronic world trade platform, EWTP, on the African continent. A platform set to reduce trade barriers, enhance market access, and make it easier for Rwandan and eventually African companies to expand their trading capabilities worldwide. Mr. Jack Ma, to you and your delegation in particular, we're very pleased to welcome you back to Rwanda, only a year later. We also want to express our sincere appreciation for your personal commitment in getting us to this point in this partnership. Rwandan businesses can now see the world as a global village where a coffee producer can sell her coffee directly to a Chinese consumer in Guangzhou, Chengdu, or Shanghai. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to describe our unique partnership with Alibaba briefly. This initiative currently covers 4 areas: e-commerce, where we started with coffee trade; secondly, tourism; thirdly, training; and lastly, e-payments.
It is my great honor, and also it is Alibaba's great honor to be able to partner with Rwanda. And today it is a very, very important day. To me, internally, I think it's a historical day. And thank you so much for within such a short time, Clara, you and your team, to make this thing happen. We never thought it could be happening in that quick. You have gone through a lot of things because we are spending time, efforts for the future of Rwanda and future of Africa. And I hope from today, the EWTP Rwanda can be able to support small business, young people, women here in Africa, and sell their things to enable them to global buy, global sell, global deliver, global pay, and global travel.
Now, in our next story, we're going to be looking at something that is linked to health and the well-being of breast cancer survivors. The creation of knitted knockers as a replacement for breast prosthesis. How well is this contributing to the well-being of breast cancer survivors and also provision of employment to the citizens in Rwanda? Have a look at this. The World Health Organization estimates that 70% of all cancer deaths occur in low and middle income countries where resources for prevention, diagnosis and treatment are limited to non-existent. Lack of awareness, fear, myths, stigma and misinformation are associated with the prevalent late-stage presentations of breast cancer by many African women. Advanced breast cancer is costly, difficult or sometimes impossible to treat and many result to death. The Breast Cancer Initiative East Africa was formed to take the lead in advancement of breast cancer surveillance and improved survival rates, targeting the most neglected low-income communities in East Africa. Its Knitted Knockers program, in partnership with Knitted Knockers Foundation USA, Breast Cancer Initiative East Africa is making made-in-Rwanda knitted breast prostheses for mastectomy patients in Rwanda. These knitted knockers are user-friendly alternatives to traditional prostheses. Now, as you can see, what I have in my hands right now is the traditionally made prosthetics, breast prosthetics, that seem to be very affordable for Rwandan women and all breast cancer survivors across the world. And they also tend to be very sweaty and uncomfortable. But on the other hand, we have knitted knockers. The knockers that you can see the ladies over here knit, they are soft and very comfortable to wear, something that breast cancer survivors can take good advantage of. With me right now is Ms. Philippa Chibuga Dekiu, the founder and director of Breast Cancer Initiative East Africa, and she's here to share with us her story and what this organization does for breast cancer survivors. Thank you so much for taking the time to have this interview with us.
Thank you so much for coming and visiting us.
All right. So as the founder of this initiative, let us know what inspired you to come up with such a positive organization.
I started breast cancer, visited my home by killing my sister, who was living in Africa in 1986. Although she was airlifted to London Hospital, the cancer had spread all over and she died.
Oh.
And I had to carry her body from London to Lumumbashi, where she was living. And that was an experience I wouldn't wish for anybody. So, to cut the story short, when I returned back to US where I live, I immersed myself in trying to understand what breast cancer is and how to prevent it, everything about breast cancer. Unbeknownst to me, in 1994, I got my own diagnosis. So again, to cut the story short, my sister's death and my survival was a very strong illustration of the difference between high-income and low-income countries, which Rwanda is low-income, US is high-income. So because I survived, I felt very strongly that I had to do something about it.
All right. So how long did it take for you to get here? To have this building set up, have these ladies we're seeing here and the knitted knockers, how long did it take for you?
Next year, we're going to be celebrating 10 years.
Wow.
You have to notice that when I got my own diagnosis in 1994, that's when Rwanda was going through genocide. So whenever Rwanda is celebrating a year, I'm celebrating a year of survival. So it has taken me 9+ to get to where we are. And I can't say, sometimes I have to pinch myself because I cannot believe. You cannot believe
you made it up to here.
Yes.
Yeah. So for anyone out there that is watching and has very little knowledge on knitted knockers, how would you explain to them what is happening here? I can see knitted knockers, I can see the ladies that are knitting. So give us a short brief on knitted knockers.
Knitted knockers, when I first came, I used to interact with women who were very shy about themselves because once you lose a body part, you don't feel whole. So one of the things that we address is to make women feel as healthy and as good as before they got breast cancer. And it's possible because I'm here and I had breast cancer, I had double mastectomy with reconstruction, which is not an option in Rwanda. So I used to bring the silicone prosthesis, and the women would complain. This is a Muzungu breast.
Yeah, this one over here.
That one over here. It's sweaty, and some of them even told me that the rats ate them.
Ate them. Wow.
Yes. So I went on a search in the US and I met another woman called Barbara Demorest, who is a breast cancer survivor too, who started the foundation that makes this. So we interacted and I asked her if she could supply us some, and she did. Then the next step was, Babs, how about visiting Rwanda and you teach some of my women so they can learn how to do it. It will be easier for me and it will give them a chance to give back to the country also. So she came in 2016 on her own, and she trained. She and two other helpers trained 30 women. Unfortunately, we don't have all of them there because they live different
locations in the country. Yeah.
So when she trained us, Francoise over there became an expert. She knows how to knit, she knows how to size, she knows how to teach others, she knows how to repair when something is good. So now we can make made in Rwanda breast prosthesis, and you cannot believe what happens when a woman enters here and her face is fallen and she's very discouraged. She goes in the room and she's fitted and she wears these prosthesis. I will use the Kinyarwanda expression they use. They said, "Mbayo muntu." And when one of them told me that, I was so touched because I told her, you are a human being, even with one breast, even without two big breasts.
Yes.
So the image is one of the major things that breast cancer patient suffers from. So we are addressing this by providing beautiful, soft, accessible, and they can wash them
And be dried?
Yes, they can.
How long do you think? You mentioned earlier that these ladies come from different locations in Rwanda. Do you face any challenges when it comes to, calling them out? One
of the main things is transportation and also some kind of compensation a little bit. So, and also when they come, we have to feed them. This is a very small, underfunded organization.
Yes.
So funding is always the biggest, barrier when you are working in a non-profit. And we strive very hard to provide transport. That's why we rely on being small, remaining small until
so that you can facilitate everyone.
We can facilitate them.
And on today's segment of Market Trends, I'll be bringing you monthly statistics of external trade in goods in September 2018. Looking into the balance of trade, the deficit in the balance of formal trade in goods was US dollars $147.84 million in September 2018, a decrease of 9.93% compared to the previous month of August 2018. Year over year, the formal trade in goods deficit decreased by 29.05% on the deficit of September 2017. Looking into the exports, in September 2018, domestic exports values decreased by 11.28% compared to August 2018 and increased by 24.81% compared to September 2017. And on the imports, in September 2018, total imports values have decreased by 8.82% compared to August 2018 and by 15.85% compared to September 2017. And on the re-exports, in September 2018, re-exports values have increased by 3.84% compared to August 2018 and 14.71% compared to September 2017. The main trading partner countries in September 2018 on the exports, we have the Democratic Republic of Congo, United States, Kenya, Switzerland, Kazakhstan, Singapore, Canada, United Kingdom, China, and Hong Kong. The main trading partner countries in September 2018 on the imports, we have China, India, United Arab Emirates, Uganda, Kenya, United Republic of Tanzania, Switzerland, Saudi Arabia, Russia, and Japan. Business Weekly tips are up next. I am your host, Dana Iriza. My time is up. Thank you for watching and see you next week.